Patrick here with the list of the games you must own on the Nintendo Switch. Whether you just bought a console or looking to fill up that library, here's a quick list to help you get started off right. Starting the list off at number 10, we're going to have Stardew Valley. Breaking the most downloaded game on the Switch at 3.5 million downloads in 2017, Stardew has quickly become a fan favorite. Stardew is a perfect game for anyone who's a fan of titles like Animal Crossing. We spend most of your time improving your farm, exploring the world around you, and interacting with the NPCs within the game. The game has a surprising amount of depth and detail, so you're probably going to find yourself pulling up the wiki every once in a while in this game. I know I did, but honestly, it's fun, the complexities, and kind of solving the mysteries on your own is also a big joy. So it's perfect for anyone who's into that kind of game, and honestly, with the constant updates and multiplayer coming soon, the game's not going away anytime soon, so for a low price of $14.99, it's honestly, in my opinion, quite a steal. It does have some replayability issues, but I would not make that a determining factor in making this purchase, especially at that price. It's just too much content for your buck, so it definitely is deserving to be on this list. Next on the list is going to be Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This game was quite a surprise to a lot of fans and even critics. But now, a lot of people aren't necessarily fans of the Rabbids, but this game was a huge success, and it turned out to be amazing, quick, enjoyable, unpredictable fun. It plays very much like XCOM, but it's a little bit quicker and doesn't have as much complexity in it. This game is really perfect for anyone who likes that quick turn-based approach, and about 10 minutes per game. It's kind of something you can just pick up and play, maybe on a lunch break or on the bus, something like that. If you guys are on the go, on the train, wherever, it's actually a lot of fun, and it's definitely something I would recommend. Okay, next on the lineup is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, this is the game I wasn't entirely comfortable putting on my list on must-owns, because the reviews have been a bit of a roller coaster, but it's definitely not the game that I would recommend if you aren't a fan of things like JRPGs. But if you are, this is going to be a beautiful game you could sink your time into with a rich story, and hopefully with the dialogue being fixed. I think there was a patch out actually as of today, so the wacky voiceovers in English aren't going to be immersion breaking anymore. So it's definitely a beautiful, great game, and I would recommend it if you're really into that kind of thing. So that's why it's on here, but it's up in the air if you're not a fan of the JRPG games or you're not entirely comfortable investing your money into this game. Maybe you're not a fan of that art style, never played it before. No, maybe just stay away from it for the time being, wait until it goes on sale, pick it up, but it is definitely a good game. I just don't know if it's really for everyone, but I still think it's deserving to be on the list. Number 7 is one of my favorite games of all time, and that's LA Noire. It was recently re-released to the current gen consoles, and everyone seems to agree that this is an amazing game for those who haven't played it. If you haven't played it, guys, please pick this game up. LA Noire is a unique game, putting you in the shoes of a detective rather than like the criminal, the bad guy. You actually play as a cop on this one. It's basically a reverse GTA. You play as Cole Phillips in 1950s LA. The game has a beautiful environment, rich story. It's perfect for anyone who enjoys third-person games, but with some critical thinking to solve some crimes, and you get to have some fun here and there. It does have limited replayability. I've played through it about 3 times over the past 7 years. But it's definitely one of those games that I think you should play for your first time through, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. There's some collectibles like cars and whatnot that kind of keep the game enjoyable post-finished. So definitely, I highly recommend this. Above all, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It's awesome, and it has an amazing story, and I loved it to pieces, and you guys will too. Next up, Snipper Clips. While being short in length, this great little indie game makes use of both Joy-Cons or single player if you're playing by yourself, to solve puzzles through clever means. The game does have a relatively high price tag for only 3 hours worth of content, but if you're thinking about buying this for family or friends just to kind of mess around with, or pull out during a party environment, it's honestly a great little pickup. Download the demo, you get about 15-20 minutes worth of fun out of that. If you enjoy the game, it's definitely something you should pick up, but it's not for everyone. But if you do love the demo, if you think you're going to have fun with it, you can see a scenario where you're going to be able to play with other people, it's definitely something I would recommend. 5th on my list is Splatoon 2. Following up the massive success of the original game, this new generation features some overall improvements and is one of the most unique modern shooters of its time. Battling through the ink as the Inklings, the game has a lot of different weapons and game modes to play through, so there's something always to kind of get your value out of this game, and something for your play style. This game is perfect for everyone of all ages, however it does have one major issue, and that's actually the Switch's fault. Currently, as of the time of recording, the upcoming plans for the online system haven't been rolled out yet, so there is no online chatting or partying up with your friends, and that kind of is annoying. Other than that, you can still use the phone app, but still there's no built-in systems, So until that gets resolved, I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it. If you're really into playing with friends online, not quite yet, but at the very minimum, this is definitely a game you want to put on your wish list. It's a lot of fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it. Next up is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. This is a fan favorite classic indie game that breathes some new life into the old school platform games that we all love. So if you're a big fan of old school platformers, this is a must own game for you at a relatively low cost. Shovel Knight also is co-op, so you can detach your Joy-Cons and play with a friend anywhere on the go, so it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a game that I'd highly recommend, and Treasure Trove includes both DLCs as well, so you're getting tons of content for your buck. It's honestly a must-have. Next up might be a surprise to some, and that's Super Mario Odyssey. Said to be the second best game of the year, Mario Odyssey is a beautiful masterpiece with hundreds of hours worth of side content to complete. The game might not be worth its full price to those who aren't completionists, or those who just like to finish the story as fast as possible, because the real jewel of this game isn't in its 10-hour story, it's each level that's a toy box that's full of goodies, goofy fun, and hidden treasures and rewards. If you're the kind of person that wants to spend hours going around collecting things, this game is perfect for you, so go get those outfits, have some fun, and honestly, it's a must-have game. Might be strange seeing Mario Kart 8 as almost my top pick for the must-have games, but the title is loved by nearly everyone. So if you're someone who has a family member, or someone who maybe wants to chill in a study hall with some friends, playing Mario Kart is honestly the best game for you. The controllers break down into 2 separate remotes, giving you a lot of fun and smooth frame rates. The only complaint I'd have for this game is that the battle mode could really use some more maps. Other than that, you have 48 tracks, 8 battle maps, 42 characters, 18 cars, 17 wheels, 10 gliders to unlock, as well as even more golden bodies, tires, gliders, and golden Mario. So that's honestly a lot of things you can collect and work towards. It's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's pick up for anyone. So if you have people of all different ages that you could just sit down and play with, this is definitely your go-to game. Everyone enjoys a good Mario Kart. No surprise to anyone, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is honestly the must-have game for the console. It single-handedly is the biggest console seller and racking in dozens of Game of the Year awards. The title is also considered for one of the greatest games of all time. How Long to Beat has this game listed at 45 hours for the main story, 176 hours for 100%, and with that much content packed into a beautiful world with a rich story retailing in at $15.99, it's honestly no surprise that this game is a must-have. And I'm not even going to here try to make an argument for it. This game will remain as probably the top dog game for this console, maybe until Smash, and even then it's still a stretch. Breath of the Wild is honestly the must-have game for the Nintendo Switch.